Good morning, students. This is a new chapter we are studying today, that is the sensory organs. I think you know the sensory organs which are present in our body. The definition of a sense organ is, it is an organ of the body which responds to external stimulus by conveying impulses to the sensory nervous system, and it is called sensory organ or sense organ. So we have the sense organs in our body. ಪಂಚ ಗ್ರಂಥಿಗಳು ಅಂತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಪಂಚ ಗ್ರಂಥಿಗಳು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ? ಬಹುಶಃ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್, ಪಂಚ ಗ್ರಂಥಿಗಳು: ಕಿವಿ, ಮೂಗು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬಡ್ಸು, ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ are the 5 sense organs present in our body. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue and the skin are the sense organs of our body. So these sense organs are defined as the bodies which respond to the external stimulus by conveying impulses to the sensory nervous system. The organs which respond to the stimuluses which are given externally or internally also, and these organs convey the impulses to the sensory nervous system. Such organs are called sense organs or the sensory organ. In organisms, a sensory organ consists of a group of sensory cells that respond to the stimulus. The sensory organs are grouped together. The sensory organs are made up of sensory cells which are grouped together and which respond to the stimulus. The sensory receptor cells of sense organs transmit the sensory information towards the central nervous system via cranial and spinal nerves. These sensory receptor cells present in the sense organs, they transmit the sensory informations towards the central nervous system. They convey the impulses to the nervous system via or through cranial and spinal nerves. Sense organs are the organs that respond to external stimulus by conveying to the sensory nervous system. Humans have 5 basic senses. We know that we have 5 basic senses. We sense, ನಾವು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. 5 ಸೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆ. 5 senses are there. They are touch, ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಟಚ್. ಸೈಟ್, ಕಣ್ಣಿನ ಒಂದು ದೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೈಟ್, ಮುಂದೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ವಸ್ತು ಏನಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕದು, ಏನು, ಬ್ರೈನು. ಸೊ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್, ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಮೇಜ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಸೈಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್. ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್, ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ವಾಸನೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯುವುದು, ಅದು ಸಹ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ 5ನೇದು, 5th ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಫುಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅದು ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ, ಅದು ಕಹಿ ಇದೆನೋ, ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಇದೆನೋ, ಅಥವಾ ಖಾರ ಇದೆನೋ, ಹೆಂಗಿದೆನೋ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 5 ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್: ಟಚ್, sight, hearing, smell and taste. The sensory organs associated with each sense send information to the brain to help us to understand the sensing organs or the sensory organs. They are associated with each senses. ಈ ಮೇಲೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿರುವಂಥ 5 ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅಸ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಅದು ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ, ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ರೈನ್ಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತವೆ ಈ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸು. ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪೋಸ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್. ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ದೇ ಆರ್ the specialized sensory organs are eyes, ear, nose, tongue and skin. Eyes, ear, nose, tongue and the fifth one is skin. So today we are going to study about the skin. These are the 5 sense organs which are present in our body: the eyes, the ear, the nose, the tongue and the skin. These are the 5 sense organs which are very important sense organs present in our body. So these sense organs are sensory in nature. I have already told. They send the messages to the central nervous system to recognize the sense. Which type of sense is that one? The eyes recognize the sight, ear recognizes the sound, nose recognizes the smell, the tongue recognizes the taste, then the skin recognizes the touch. When you touch a skin of other person, it will be recognized immediately. When a mosquito sits on your body, it will recognize that a mosquito or a small insect is sitting on our body. So this sense is called touch, and the touch is by skin. Skin recognizes the touch. The feeling of this touch comes to the skin first, and from the sensory nerves those impulses go to the head region, that is the central nervous system, and it tells that something is sitting on your skin. So likewise the sensory organs are very important. 5 organs are there in our body. The first one is the skin. I have given the figure also. The skin. When we take a section of the skin, you will see the different parts of the skin, different parts present in the skin. The skin is the largest organ which forms the outer covering of the body, and area is about 1.5 to 2 square meters in adults. 1.5 to 2 square meters. So it is the largest organ, sense organ, which forms the outer covering of the body. The outer covering of the body is skin, and the area which it is covered is 1.5 to 2 square meters in the adults. It varies in thickness. Thickness ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟೈಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. In palm of hand and in sole, palm ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು palm and sole region of feet. The epidermis is very thick. The upper layer is very thick, without hairs, whereas in all other parts epidermis is thin with hair. ಕೂದಲುಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಂಗೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂದಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೋಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂದಲ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೋಲು ಮತ್ತು ಅಂಗೈನಲ್ಲಿ, that is the palm region, the skin, the epidermis is thick and without the hairs. The hairs are not present in the palm and the feet. Skin has two layers. ಎರಡು ಲೇಯರ್ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. The superficial epidermis. This is the superficial layer, which is epidermis, made up of stratified squamous epithelial cells. Epidermis made up of stratified squamous epithelial, and the deeper, the inner or deeper side is dermis, which is made up of connective tissue. At the junction of two layers, the layer of dermis is thrown into folds called dermal papillae. So this is thrown into folds here. So like this, the epidermis is thrown into folds called dermal papillae. Dermis. Epidermis consists of stratified squamous keratinizing epithelium and subdivided into 5 layers. This epidermis is divided into 5 layers. It is divided into 5 layers. The first one is stratum, basilae, basal, which is deeper. From downwards I am coming up, deep. Now second one is stratum spinosum, third one is stratum granulosum, fourth one is stratum lucidium, and the fifth one is stratum corneum. So this epidermis is made up of stratified squamous epithelial cells, and which are keratinizing epithelial cells also present, and this portion is divided into 5 layers. 5 ಲೇಯರ್ಗಳಿದೆ ಎಪಿಡರ್ಮಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. 5 layers are there. They are stratum basal, that is the basal region, stratum basal. Here stratum basal, that is the deep layer. Stratum spinosum, ಅದರ ಮೇಲಿದ್ದು. Then stratum granulosum, ಅದರ ಮೇಲಿದ್ದು. Then stratum lucidium, which is present above that. The fifth one is corneum, which is the superficial layer of the skin. Now coming to the first one, the basal layer, that is stratum basal. It is the deepest basal layer of the epidermis. It is the deepest basal layer of the epidermis. It is made up of single layer of columnar epithelial cells that rest on the basal laminae. This is the basal laminae, and these are the cells here, which are columnar in nature. This layer contains columnar epithelial cells. This is basal layer. Basal laminae. This is basal lamina on which a columnar epithelial layer cells are present. This is the first, the deepest one, that is stratum basal. Stratum basal is having a columnar layer. It is made up of a single layer of columnar cells resting on the basal laminae. The cells undergo mitotic division and give off cells called keratinocytes. They give off cells called keratinocytes. They give off the cells called keratinocytes, which form superficial layers of the epidermis. The basal layer is also known as germinal layer. That is also called as germinal layer. Stratified basal is also called germinal layer. Because it gives rise to the keratinocytes. It gives rise to the keratinocytes, which are the reproductive cells or the cells which are reproduced by that layer. So that layer, basal layer, is called germinal layer. It germinates the upper layers. It germinates the upper layers. Now the second point is stratum spinosum. Spinosum. So this spinosum, it consists of several layers of keratinocytes which are polygonal in shape. These cells appear to have spines. Hence, this layer is called spinosum layer. The cells look like spines. The second layer, this is the first layer, and the second layer are spine-like present. So this is the second layer, spine-like cells which are keratinocytes produced by the basal layer. Now the third one, granulosum. Stratum granulosum. It consists of 1 to 5 layers of flattened containing granules in cytoplasm. The granules contain protein and keratohyalin. The third layer, four to 5 layers are there. Which contain the granules inside. So this is the third layer, granules. Granules are present in the third layer, so it is called as granulosum. The granules are protein. They contain protein and keratinohyalin. Keratinohyalin. The granules contain protein and keratinohyalin. Now the next fourth one is stratum lucidium. The cells appear clear, some kind and without clear cell boundaries. The cells appear clear, same kind and without clear cell boundaries. Without clear cell boundaries. Idu clear agiralla. Like this they will be. This is the fourth one. Now coming to the fifth one, that is stratum corneum. It is the superficial layer of the epidermis with dead cells. So the superficial layer is made up of dead cells. Dead cells. It is a superficial layer of the epidermis with dead cells without nucleus and organelles. These cells are flattened and scale-like, containing keratin. They are scale-like. This is scale-like and contain keratin. And they contain keratin, which gives the scale structure to the cells. So these cells are superficial layered cells which are dead without nucleus and organelles. The cells are held together by a layer of lipid which makes the layer waterproof. So these dead cells are held together by a layer of lipid fat content which makes the layer waterproof. This layer is extremely thick in palm and sole region. It is extremely thick in palm and sole region, as these regions are subjected to maximum friction. So these regions are maximum frictions are present in the palm and the sole region. So this upper layer is very thick. There is no blood vessel nerves in epidermis, but its deeper layer are bathed in interstitial fluid of dermis, which provide oxygen and nutrition to the epidermal cells. So these 5 layers cells, they don't have blood vessels or nerves or the lymphatic vessels which convey the nutrients, but the basal cells, these basal cells are made in the epidermis which supply the nutrients and oxygen to the epidermis. The hair secretion of sebaceous glands and ducts of sweat glands pass through the epidermis. The hair secretions of sebaceous gland and the ducts of the sweat glands pass through epidermis to reach the skin surface. The color of the skin is due to melanin, a dark pigment. Color of the skin is due to melanin. Melanin, that is a pigment which is present in the skin. Depending on the melanin pigment, the color of the skin is decided. The color of the skin is due to melanin, a dark pigment derived from the amino acid tyrosine. Amino acid called as tyrosine, secreted by melanocyte cells of germinal layer of epidermis. It is also influenced by the pigments like hemoglobin and oxyhemoglobin present in the blood circulating through the skin. So the color of the skin depends on the melanin, which is derived from amino acid called as tyrosine, secreted by melanocytic cells present in the germinal layer here, in the germinal layer of the epidermis. It also influenced by the pigments like hemoglobin and oxyhemoglobin present in the blood string. The color is dependent on the hemoglobin, red color or the oxyhemoglobin, red color, which influence the skin color. Now coming to the dermis, the next one. The dermis is tough and elastic, formed by connective tissue with the matrix containing collagen and elastic fibers. Collagen and elastic fibers present in the dermis with the connective tissue matrix. Rupture of electric fibers occur when the skin is overstretched, resulting in permanent stretch mark found in pregnancy and obesity. During pregnancy and obesity, the skin is ruptured and this mark remains there only. A scar remains on the epidermis. Collagen fibers bind water and give the skin its strength. The collagen fibers bind the water and gives the skin the strength. As the ability declines with age, wrinkles develop on the skin. So the water content, which is built up by the collagen fibers in the skin, when it comes down according to the age, then the wrinkles of the skin comes on the body. Macrophages and mast cells are main cells found in the dermis. Macrophages and mast cells are also present in the dermis. The dermis contain areolar and adipose tissue beneath, under. So adipose tissue is present, or the areolar tissue is also present in the lower level of the dermis. Structures found in the dermis are small blood vessels and lymph vessels, sensory nerve endings, sweat gland and their ducts, hair, areolar arrector pili muscle. This is the arrector pili muscle, and sebaceous glands and nails. Sebaceous glands and nails are also present. Nails, they give birth in the dermis and come out. So these 7 structures are present in the dermis. In the dermis, there are different types, different structures present. The first one is small blood vessels and nerves and lymph vessels then second one is sensory nerve endings, third one is sweat gland, and their ducts, fourth one is hair, fifth is arrector, muscle, then sixth one is sebaceous gland, and the seventh is male. So these are the organelles or the parts present in the dermis region. Dermis is very important, which contains the small blood vessels and the lymph vessels, sensory nerve endings, sweat gland and the ducts, hair, erector muscles, then sebaceous gland and nail. So all these parts are present in the dermis, which is very, very important, which is a sensory part of the skin because it contains the sensory neurons, sensory nerve endings, sensory cells which recognize the feeling of touch. So this dermis contains different parts. Now we are going to study, we will study about one by one the small blood vessels and the lymph vessels. Arterioles from fine network with capillary branches supplying blood to sweat gland, sebaceous gland, hair follicles and dermis. Lymph vessels supply nutrients. So the small blood vessels, the arterioles and the network of capillary branches are present, and the lymph vessels which supply the nutrients to the skin. Sensory nerve endings, next one, sensory nerve endings. Specialized nerve ends called sensory receptors present in dermis are sensitive to touch, temperature, pressure and pain. The sensory receptors present, which are nothing but the specialized nerve endings in the dermis, they are sensitive towards touch, temperature, pressure and pain. The nerve impulses generated in the sensory receptors are transmitted to spinal cord by sensory nerves and then to brain where it is perceived. So the sensory impulses, which are conveyed by the sensory neuron endings or the sensory receptors towards the spinal cord and then to brain where it is perceived, where it is forwarded or it is conveyed. Coming to the next one, sweat gland. These glands produce sweat or perspiration. Sweat or perspiration. Perspiration ಅಂದರೆ ಹೊಗೆ ಬರೋದು, ಇದು ಬರೋದು, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಮುಖದ ಮೇಲೆಲ್ಲ perspiration ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೀಟ್ರಿಂದ perspiration, ಬೆವರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಬೆವರು. ಬೆವರು is called as sweat. Sweat or perspiration. There are two types of gland. They are typical. There are two types in sweat gland. The one typical or eccrine. Typical or eccrine. The second one is atypical or acrine, apocrine. Atypical or apocrine. There are two types sweat glands. The typical one is it consists of single long duct which open on the skin through tiny pores. It opens by small pores and connected to the sweat glands, which opens on the skin through tiny pores. The lower end of the tube is body, which is coiled and lies in the dermis. The duct of the gland is lined by single layer of cuboidal epithelium. It is innervated by nervous secretion of gland, that is the sweat. It is innervated by nerves. Secretion of gland, that is the sweat, is clear watery fluid which regulates the body temperature. The palm and the sole contain maximum number of this type of typical sweat glands. The palm and the sole contain maximum number of these typical sweat glands. They produce the sweat to regulate the temperature, of the body. The atypical one, this type of sweat gland are found in axilla and genital area. They are present in the genital reproductive areas. Axial area, axial means this portion and this portion. Joint axial. So axial and genital area, they are large in size with branching ducts and open into hair follicles. These sweat glands become active at puberty and play important role in sexual arousal, that is the sexual instigations. Sexual instigation or sexual arousal is during puberty, and this is due to the atypical sweat glands. They produce some type of smell which attracts the opposite one. So sexual arousal is by these glands. The secretion is viscous and odorless, but due to bacterial decomposition, they give off body odor which attracts the opposite sex. Primarily, the secretion is odorless or smellless, but when it is attacked by the bacteria and viruses, then it gives off the smell which attracts the opposite sex. Now coming to the fourth one, hair. Hair are present on almost all parts of the body except palm and sole. Hair have following parts. Hair have following parts. I think this is too much for you people today. So tomorrow we will start with the hair. Hair contains, this hair portion contains different parts also. We will study the hair tomorrow. So thank you very much. Go through the figure, go through all the parts of the skin which is very necessary. They will ask the question, draw a neat label diagram of the skin and label the parts with functions. So all types you have to study. So the skin is the first sensory organ we are studying now. So tomorrow we are going to study about the hairs. So thank you very much.